only gets angry for me if I get home and I realize they fucked up my order.
Well, that too. That makes that's even worse. But
well, I understand the ad thing, just because, like you said, I am trying to give you money.
Exactly. I even tweeted them. I said, "Okay, I'm trying to give you money." Does the Dallas Boys not need my money? I'm trying to buy ad space. Do you want my money? I tweeted them. I called the publisher, left a message. I mean, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? So it feels personal to me. And I don't know what I ever fucking did to the Dallas Voice, but it's like, these fuckers do not want my money. So I'm like, fuck you. But the problem is, it is the easiest way to reach the gay community, directly here.
And watch, they'll reach back to you and they'll respond to you like when you least expect it. That's if they do.
Well, if they do, I may or may not be in the market for ad space anymore. Anyway, bitches. So, Jason, you wanted to talk about Rosie Perez leaving The View?
Yes. So, Rosie Perez has announced that she's leaving The View. I'm assuming at the end of this season, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they said.
They are bringing in Sherry Shepherd to quote-unquote save the show. Now, here's my problem with it.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, what?
It's all over the internet. Yeah, they're bringing in Sherry Shepherd to quote unquote save the show because I guess, according to recent polls, I guess their ratings have been declining sharply.
Yes.
So they are trying to, I guess, kind of save / resurrect the show. And I just personally think that bringing back Sherry Shepherd is not a good idea because to me she was boring when she was on there. So I don't understand how they think Sherry Shepherd is going to be able to resurrect the show.
They did clarify. They clarified. Michelle Collins is stepping in as the new full-time host next season. Then they'll have one seat which will rotate between Candace Cameron and Sherry Shepherd and one other gal I can't remember. So it'll be a rotating seat. So she won't be there every episode.
So a bigot
it'll just
and an idiot.
A rotating thing.
A bigot and an idiot and some other person.
I just feel like it's the same since Barbara and Joy left, to be honest.
I loved Joy Behar personally. I mean,
they're trying to change. It's clear that they're trying to change the tone of the show to compete with similar shows.
So, I know they want that younger demographic, but
they do. They literally said they want the 18 to 49 demographic, and they only have 500,000 women watching in that age range when they watch the show. Right. So they're trying to get more in that. But don't you think that's ridiculous to kind of cater to one demographic? If you're getting another demographic, why don't you advertise for those people?
But see,
go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I've noticed just over the past several months or maybe over since the beginning of the year or part of last year or whatever, it seems like media outlets and networks are all of a sudden just in this frenzy to try to gain the younger demographic. I don't know if that's just like a trend going on with networks right now.
It's been that way for a while. Yeah, that's
advertisers.
Yeah, it just seems like everyone's in the market to get the 18 to 40, 18 to 40, 18 to 35 or whatever the demographic, area is, but it's like, I don't know, it's just strange.
This is the deal. People my age don't want to watch The View.
I know. It's so stupid about it.
I'm sorry, but they don't. People my age are going to school. They're working. They're waitressing. They're like just trying to make it. You know what I mean? They're not fucking watching The View. They're not watching The Talk or any of those. If anything, they're maybe watching E! News in the evening.
Well,
but
plus, I don't even think that method of delivery television networking is even the way to reach most millennials anyway. I mean, honestly,
absolutely not.
I think it's mostly online or
if I do
Netflix
watch The View, I'm watching
monthly. Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Donovan. Do you feel like people that are closer to like that higher demographic, like let's say like 30 to 50, do you feel like they appreciate that younger feeling tone, or do you feel like they should just stick to the original The View type of format?
I think this is how I think. I think they should just do what works for the show and not worry about who they're reaching. But I know that's not realistic. Realistically, they have to make ad money or whatever.
Right.
But I think that they should just stick to what they did and what they were doing when Barbara was there and Joy was there. And of course, that's a special kind of chemistry that they all had. But they shouldn't try to recreate that exactly. Right. But they should try to recapture the essence of what they had, I think, which was different women from different generations having different views. Right. Hello, I mean that's what it was about, and now it's more like they have Whoopi, who's like 60 or whatever, and they have Nicole, right? Nicole,
I love Nicole.
I like her too, and she's a Republican. I like her.
Well, right, I feel like she's the perfect
balance
to straddle that line.
Exactly. I agree with you. And she's awesome. And they were actually talking about getting rid of her. And I thought, well, she's the political person. She knows what the fuck she's talking about. We've got a season of political stuff coming up. She needs to stay. And then Raven Simone, I'm not sure how I feel about her. I like her, but I'm like, okay, whatever.
I said some crazy shit sometimes, though.
Again, they're trying to get that younger.
Oh, totally. That's an overt.
Like we said, and Raven's the perfect candidate for that if that is the task. Because I grew up watching Raven, I love her just because I did grow up watching her. I idolized her when I was really, really young, just because she was on the Disney Channel, and she was really one of the first to come out of like the Disney machine and really, really make it.
Yeah.
So I'm loyal to her for that. However, I do think that she says things sometimes to stir the pot, to make headlines, to be outlandish, and sometimes she doesn't come off respectful or appropriate for the view that she's representing. And that's the only thing that I would change about her being on the show.
Well, I actually tweeted. She has a tweet session after her show every day, after the View show. I didn't know about it. I just somehow found it on my iPhone the other day, and I've been wondering, because I've been talking about it. I'm thinking, is she a lesbian, bi, queer? What is she?
So her thing is, we saw last year in the interview when she did the Where Are They Now with Oprah.
Right.
And she said, I don't believe in labels. Don't call me African American. Don't call me gay. Don't call me straight.
Yeah.
It's known that she is in a long-term relationship with a woman. And the only time she's ever publicly said anything about it was when one of the states went legal years ago on gay marriage. She tweeted a really cryptic tweet and was basically like, I'm so happy now I can get married. So and that was kind of the beginning of the fuel to the fire. But if you look and you do your research on her, she's never been in a public relationship with another movie star or actor or anybody famous or another male. Like, if you do the research on the last 10 years of her, you won't find it.
Well, I was confounded because I thought she was a lesbian. That's what I thought, and because of the things you just mentioned. But then on The View, she's often talking, and Rosie O'Donnell did this too, about how cute some guy is or how hot this guy is or whatever. So I don't know if that's a lesbian thing. I don't know.
I guess a lesbian could, say that another guy is.
But cool, I mean, like, as a gay guy, I appreciate a woman's beauty, but I wouldn't go, "Ooh, she's hot. I want to do her." I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just like, there's a difference there.
Yeah. But I agree.
That's just me. Okay. Well, anyway, that's The View. But yeah, I do hope that. I actually liked Rosie Perez. Did you like her, or did you not like her? How did you feel about her?
I personally really like Rosie Perez, but I do feel like on The View it's a bit watered down for what we know Rosie Perez as.
Yeah, she's not herself. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is like a watered down version of Rosie Perez, because Rosie Perez can really be wild. I mean, like, really. But I know she's trying to do, the whole G-rated version of herself on The View, but it almost comes off as kind of like,
and clearly that's why it's not a good fit, and
that's what and I've always said, like, for example, would either one of you watch Big Brother or not?
I don't.
Okay,
I do not.
You don't. Okay. Well, I've always said that I could never be on Big Brother because I can't keep my fucking mouth shut. So it's like I'm not fake. I can't just say, like, I have to be straight to your face.
Yeah.
And so, like, that show, if I were on the show, like, I would not be able to bite my tongue. I would be completely outlandish. So she's probably that way. That would be like me being watered down, or her. I guess it's the same thing. So yeah. I get it. Okay, so Christian, you had something you wanted to talk about too, as well.
I didn't specifically, but let's get into some of these gay topics. Did you guys see on queerty.com this 5 fascinating things you probably didn't know about gay sex? Did you guys see this?
Yes.
I did not.
And when I read this, when I tell you I was absolutely shocked as I read each of them.
Why are you shocked? There's nothing shocking about them. I didn't think.
Well, no, but I mean, like, they're a little
risque,
aggressive.
We'll talk about. Let's talk about them, because this was on my list. So let's talk.
Yeah, because I'm looking this up because I
look on it. Look on the show notes. Look in the show notes under gay sex. It's on there.
So the first one is, and I didn't know this, never heard it, didn't hear anything about it. Pakistan leads the world in Google searches for gay porn, which gay porn is illegal in Pakistan.
Right.
So I guess, what you won't,
odd, but
what you're not
is-
supposed to do, you're gonna do.
But isn't that weird?
It is.
It's very weird. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not weird. It's not weird.
I mean,
But
it's not what you would expect. It's
It's just-
unexpected.
yeah, it's just odd.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's shocking. I would have never thought that was the case. And the search terms that they mention, and these are explicit, are teen anal sex and man fucking man. So
Well, I mean, you have to think about it this way, and this is how I see it, and I liken it to Republicans or right-wing conservatives. When you live in a really highly restrictive environment where it restricts your freedoms and things like that, and these people are obviously gay, and they're reaching out for some sort of outlet.
right.
And that's why that's probably why it's so prominent there, because they can't really typically talk about it in public or anything else.
Right.
Yeah,
Or
don't they like? Isn't it like very hush hush over there when it comes to like?
Oh, you can get beheaded over there. For being gay.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
So
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
That is just absolutely insane to me. I just never thought about that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The second one, and again, this is explicit. Not every man is built to bottom.
And that's probably true.
Yeah, and
That
it
is
talks
true.
about it, and
Well, I've definitely God. How am I gonna get into this without being too like? I've definitely found when I was dating.
tell us, Donovan.
When I was
your
dating,
experience.
I found guys who were very. Well, how do I put this? Okay, I'll put it this way. I think there are some gay men who are total like power bottoms who love it and just doesn't matter how big it is or whatever, they just take it no
Yeah.
matter what it is, and that's great for them. And then there's ones that are have like no experience or whatever, and even if they've tried over and over and over again, it just never ever feels good to them. And
Right, and that's what it's saying is like scientifically, like some people can't control that muscle or relax it or
right.
whatever.
And it's true, and I've been with guys who are okay with it, and guys who aren't. It just depends on who you are. It also depends on how big you are. But anyway,
Right.
it also depends on those kinds of things.
And then just one more out of them. It says the world's oldest erotic graffiti is gay, and that in one of the Greek islands, which I looked up the pronunciation earlier, but I forgot. That they discovered ancient erotic graffiti that could date back to the 5th and 6th century BC of two penis outlines that hold on. Basically, what they like just
They had two men's names underneath them, or something.
two men's names,
Yeah.
and basically what the interpretation of what it says is the first name and then was mounting the second name is
Right.
what it
And they're
is in
both
that
male
language.
names, exactly.
So very interesting.
I don't think there's anything new, is it? I mean, because
No,
gay sex has gone back for like.
No, it's just that it's like the
Sorry.
oldest graffiti they ever found that was gay related. That's what was
Oh.
interesting about it. Yeah, it's ancient.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and I don't
Very
know.
fascinating.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and people are like, being gay is some modern construct or something. Obviously, it's been around since the beginning. What about Jason? You also had something you want to talk about Ariana Grande, the donut
Oh
scandal.
God.
Oh, yes. So Ariana Grande was. This is according to what's everyone's been looking at online or whatever. Ariana Grande was at a donut shop somewhere in California, some town, I can't think of the name of it, and she was with this guy that she's dating, which is one of her dancers, I'm assuming, or maybe she's not dating, maybe they're just like...
I think it's her boyfriend, I think.
They've said that they're alluding that they're dating. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so at the donut shop that she was at, they had some donuts out on a counter, and supposedly they have her on camera licking one of the donuts and saying that she hates America.
In America.
Yeah, and then get this. Since this has happened, the owner has said that the sales there have tripled since this has come out.
That's disgusting. Really?
But now,
And
this
that's
is
the first thing I thought about.
We're kind of like jumping a little bit forward in the story. Originally, and first I think it's really important that we pay attention to the fact that the video was sold to TMZ. Who do you think sold the video first and foremost?
Why does that matter? Do you think that matters?
Because it's clear that he's out for money, and now that now it matters.
Wait.
Now
He
trying-
being the donut guy, you mean? The donut
Yes.
shop. Uh-huh.
they're pressing charges against her and the people that were there, because now he's backtracking and